Now let us see how we can actually terminate the instance by cleaning up all the relevant stuff that are created along with this EC2 instance. While creating the EC2 instance, if you recollect, we have created a key pair so that we can download the private key and then connect to it. A key pair can be used to connect to multiple instances by mapping the key pair to many instances. So most likely we don't want to delete that key pair. But as this is the demo and I don't want to maintain too many of these key pairs, I'll be deleting. But in your case, it might need be the scenario, especially if you are on project. We don't just delete key pair whenever we clean up the instance. On top of the key pair, we also created a security group while launching the instance. Again, security group can be mapped to many instances by standardizing as per the type of servers which we are provisioning for different applications. And most likely we should not even delete security group. But while creating, we have to be extremely careful. We should not have many security groups hanging around. It's better to delete so that it can be manageable all the time. On top of this less relevant key pair and security group, we might provision additional storage after creating the instance. We haven't done that with this instance, but we might provision in many cases. Most of the time we want to delete all those associated additional storages which we have provisioned. We need to make sure those are deleted. And also when we provision instance, if we want to connect to that instance, we might buy Elastic IP, which cost around $3 to $5 every month. And once the instance is terminated, we might not want that Elastic IP anymore. If that is the case, we have to delete Elastic IP. So storage and Elastic IP should be deleted if they are not required anymore, because it will cost you even after terminating the instance if you don't delete the storage. And when it comes to storage, there can be backups also for this instance. If you have backups, the backups will be in snapshots. If you have any snapshots associated with the instance which you are trying to terminate, you should make sure that those are also terminated after terminating the instance, or deleted after terminating the instance. So in my case, I will be cleaning up everything. I have created the key pair, the security group, and the instance for the demo purpose along with Elastic IP, and I will be cleaning up everything. First, I am going to instances and deleting it by clicking on Terminate. Here you should go to these options. So it says clean up associated resources. Associated resources may incur costs after these instances are terminated. So you can expand these things, and I don't want this Elastic IP. I am releasing this Elastic IP. And also, if there are any EBS volumes attached to it on top of root, we should be deleting those also. So here, EBS volumes which do not have delete on termination set to true will persist after this instance is terminated. So when you actually allocate more storage by provisioning EBS volumes, EBS stands for Elastic Block Storage. If you have additional volumes, and if you haven't enabled delete on termination, they will not be deleted. You have to go there and manually delete them. You can see here the following volumes are not set to delete on termination because this is root volume, and we forgot to enable delete on termination, hence it will not be deleted. So you need to be extremely careful, especially with this, because it's very expensive. So I'm cancelling here. I can go to all the volumes by clicking on this part, root device, and then you can go to volume here. By doing this, you will be a bit more careful. You will not be choosing the incorrect ones. You will be choosing only the ones which are associated with this instance. If you directly go to volumes and if you do not see them properly, then you might damage the volumes which are not relevant to the volume or instance which we are terminating. That being said, we can go to actions and see if there where the delete on terminate option is, and we will try to enable that. So it is not here, so we cannot do it. Let us see if this option is anywhere else. Modify volume, detach volume, force detach volume, change auto enable IO setting. So let us see what this is. This is different. So here for this volume there is nowhere where we have delete on termination option. Okay, so we cannot delete enable that, so we have to come back and delete later. Okay, so here I am saying actions, instance state, terminate. Again I am expanding this. So this one will be persisted even after terminating. Let me enable this release elastic IP and then go here and click on terminate. It will take a while to terminate. It will stop it first and then it will terminate. Once the status is changed to terminated, then we have to go to volumes and then we have to delete the volume. Meanwhile, I will be deleting the key pair because I just created it for demo. Again, you have to be a bit careful when deleting key pair because key pair can be mapped to multiple instances. So I deleted key pair here, and then I also want to delete the security group. It will be under networking only, network and security only. So security group, this is the one which I want to delete. When we actually sign up for the account, there will be one default security group. If you don't want this one, you can delete that also, but I will leave it like that only. Okay, now let us go to instances and see if it is terminated state or not. It is in terminated state. So now I can go to volumes, and then if you see here, earlier I didn't show you, but it was in use state. When it is in use state, you will not be able to delete. It will not let you delete. As it is, the status is changed from in use to available. You need to 100% sure. You need to be 100% sure that deleting this volume will not have any side effects in future. There is a possibility that this volume might be associated with some other EC2 instance, and we might want to use this volume to rebuild the EC2 instance the way it was before. In that case, you should not delete. So you have to be absolutely sure that this volume is related to the instance which we have deleted earlier, and then only we should delete. To avoid all these things, we should make the habit of naming the resources when they are created. That will avoid a lot of confusion. Now I can delete this volume, and everything that is associated with this account for the demonstration purposes are cleaned up.